Hello YouTube friends, Dr. Teresa Ulrich here again. Thank you for joining me for part 4 of my series comparing larger seahorses with dwarf seahorses. If you've been following the series, you have already seen the previous videos, but if you've missed those, I have them linked below if you want to go back and view them. For part 4 of the series, we're going to focus on making a decision if you want to invest in dwarf or larger seahorses based on how much space you have in your home. So starting with the larger seahorses, you're going to have sufficient space to host an aquarium of at least 30 gallons. The more pairs of seahorses you have, the larger the aquarium must be. So you'll have to keep that in mind. Also, you'll likely need some sort of stand unless you have a piece of furniture that would be large enough to support a 30-gallon aquarium or larger. Also, you're going to need additional filtration for a larger aquarium. We'll talk more specifically about the kinds of things you need, but in general, the type of high power filtration and skimming that you're going to need is going to also take up a lot more space with the larger aquarium that you would need for the larger seahorses. So if space is an issue, then the dwarf seahorses might be a better option for you. Dwarf seahorses may be kept in 2 to 10-gallon aquariums. Although the smaller the aquarium, the harder it is to keep the water quality in good parameters. 10-gallon is recommended. But using a smaller aquarium, you can use minimal filtration. In fact, you almost have to use minimal filtration because in a 2-gallon aquarium, for example, you can't even fit a very good power filter, a hang on the back or any other type in there. You probably would have to use some sort of air-driven or sponge filter. Although once you get to the 5 or 10-gallon stage, you can use what many hobbyists know of as a hang on the back filter, as long as you have a sponge pre-filter put on the intake or some other way from preventing all of the baby brine shrimp food for the seahorses or the seahorses themselves from getting sucked up into the intake tube. Another nice thing about the dwarf seahorse tank sizes is that no additional aquarium stand is required. So if you wanted to, you could use a desk or a piece of furniture as long as you protected it and are aware that there will be some salt spray and leakage from the tank that could potentially ruin the furniture. But if that's not a problem for you, or if you have a way of working around that, then the dwarf seahorses might be better for you if you have a small home but still want to try to keep seahorses. This is the end of part 4. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you'll continue to follow me in the series. If you're finding this information helpful, please hit the like button. And if you want to be informed when part 5 of the series is released, make sure you hit the subscribe button for Cowfish Pro. Thanks again for joining me. I really appreciate it.